So singles, I have decided that I do want to pursue powerlifting. As far as I take it, that is yet to be determined, but I do plan on doing a local meet somewhat soon. So because of that, this was kind of the last farewell, because every single homie that I've talked to that powerlifts, the program that I run for strength, not it. Like, yeah, I've been able to get stronger from it, but it's kind of just like, I haven't really been strength training for that long, so it's just kind of one of those things where, so I think it's this, right? When you do something and it's not completely fucking wrong, right? You're going to still see some results from it. But when you have other things that you could be doing that are so much better. That's the situation that I'm in right now. Like, the strength shit that I do right now, it's not just all bad, like just horrible training program. So I have been able to get stronger from it and experience those gains, but there's so much more that I can be doing to really maximize that. And I'm limiting my potential doing what I'm doing right now. So I talked to my homie, and I'm gonna try this powerlifting program. And even that is not the best, you know, it's just kind of like a starter, you know what I mean? Kind of like a starter, you know, and it definitely is better than what I'm currently doing. So I start that next week, because I didn't want to just stop, like not do singles this week and start that. So yeah, this is kind of like the last hurrah, man. So I got my singles this week, and then after that, I'm gonna be getting into this little powerlifting program and gear up towards actually competing. So I am kind of excited, really excited to start it. I am gonna miss, because what they said is like part of, you know, why my strength program isn't the best is because it's a lot of volume, a lot of heavy weight. So I am excited to start it, because they were like, since this is the last hurrah, I think I'm gonna use the pound plates. You know what I mean? Look at, for the aesthetics, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's the last time we get to train like this, so why not go all out? Anyways, yeah, it's part of what I'm doing wrong, just a lot of volume. So this is gonna be the last time that I get to really like go heavy, you know what I mean? Like heavy as shit, you know, for the most part. It's not all the time when you go really heavy. Like, I know you might say like, oh, what about Jamal Browner and all these other powerlifters? It looks like they're going heavy all the time because they're just strong ass motherfuckers. So even though they're not like for themselves going heavy, it still looks heavy as shit to us, you know, but watch how they move the weight. You know what I mean? They move the weight with a lot more effort than it takes me when I'm doing my, you know, strength training. So I am gonna miss, you know, just constantly lifting fucking heavy, but I'm excited because, you know, from what I've been told, like this is gonna start to help me maximize my strength potential. So I'm excited to kind of just see how that goes and hit some really heavy weight in the long run. So we'll see. Side note, I am on episode 95 of the Dragon Ball, so we are nearing the end of the original Dragon Ball. I believe it's like 150 episodes or some shit like that. Huh?
Do you want it for the video or you want I was gonna put it on there for you. I'm sorry.
Oh no, I'm good. You're good though. You're good. But we're nearing the end of Dragon Ball. Nice man, by the way. So nice, offering help. But yeah, we're on episode 95, nearing the end. I don't know, man. I've had a lot of homies tell me that they just skip Dragon Ball because you don't need to watch it and it's kind of shit. I gotta disagree, man. I feel like the beginning is definitely kind of, you know, shit, but like as I've been watching more and more of it, I really fuck with it. You know what I mean? Like, I fuck with, you know, the characters, the world building, you know, fucking Kid Goku. It's funny. Like I fuck with it. Like I actually really enjoy it. You know what I'm saying? I don't think it's absolute peak, but I wouldn't go as far to say that it's ass to the point where I just skip it. You know what I mean? So, and if anything, it's made me really excited to start Dragon Ball Z because I've heard that's a lot better than the OG Dragon Ball. And if it's a lot better, then I know it's gonna be fucking good as shit. Like I will really enjoy it. So I'm excited. I think we need to stop and chill for a little bit. Not like chill in terms of like rest, but kind of focus more on the form and whatnot that we're going to be using for this top single. I feel like I'm kind of rushing the reps and not really focusing on what I need to be focusing on going into the top single. So just staying tight in the elbows, tight back, tight lats. Position wise as well. So gonna use this sexy thick ass 315 to kind of get right with the form and everything. And best believe when we get this thick ass go on our hands, we're certainly gonna be getting right. Every single day I lose more and more faith in humanity. That's just a given. But today, it's worse than other times because I just went to go use the bathroom and some dude had a blowout, bro. I'm talking like what toddlers have, where they shit and it comes up their fucking diapers on their backs. Bro, I fucking flip up the toilet seat and there's shit, like not just, you know, in the toilet, you know what I mean? Because sometimes, you know, you got a good healthy shit, you get those stains, and if you don't have that little cleaner thing, ain't really anything you can do about it. Bro, this, and not even on the rim, on the fucking like toilet thing that you lift up and down, it's like poop. Like, bro, like literally like, and not even just like the fucking usual skid marks, bro, like fucking clumpy, like up there. So that dude had an ultra blowout, and it just really makes you realize how dirty some people are, because obviously if he can't even clean the toilet good enough, he did not clean himself up well enough. So the dude's probably walking around with the same skid marks in his underwear, and then he also just left it fucking gross and left some other person to clean up his poop. And it's like, it's really disturbing, like how humans can kind of just be like that. I don't know, man. We're definitely gonna use the anger and how this person has made us feel and put that into the lip, but it's kind of just really disturbing. Like how, if anything, me personally, not only would I feel disgusting and instantly clean it up, but I also would feel, I'd feel embarrassed. You know what I mean? I'd be like, oh, dang, like, let me clean up all these poopy skid marks so the next person that walks in there doesn't think I'm a dirty ass guy, you know? But this guy was like, nope. You know what I'm saying? Why? I feel like his mindset was probably, well, I don't really feel, or I don't really even clean myself up well, so why would I clean up other stuff well? But I don't know, man, that was crazy. That was crazy. But please, I understand. You know, sometimes you're having them stomach problems and you have a diabolical shit that needs to be taken. But if you find yourself making a mess, I mean, be an adult like I know you guys are and clean that shit up, and do not let some other poor soul have to clean up your poop for you. Like, you're not a baby, man. So if you're out there somewhere, poop boy. I'll find you, and I will correct your behaviors. I'm probably just gonna do, because we still got the 90% for the last warm up, so I'll probably just do 1 set right now, adding on more weight to this, go to the 90, and then put on the 420. That's gonna be the number for today because we are craving some redemption, because the last time I did it, I failed somehow and had to run it back, but with elbow wraps, so kind of cheating. So we're gonna get that on and run it back and get some redemption. Pump cover, excuse me, is going back on because I feel fat and insecure. So I'll probably won't take this off until not only I'm done the benching, but all the way until I get to the cardio, because I'm not about to bake in the oven for an hour, you know, in this thing during cardio. But for now, I feel fat, and I'm getting kind of tired of just like talking and also having to work the core muscles to suck it in and not look fat. So pump coverage going on for the rest of the session. But I think I've decided that I want to do 2 more warm-ups before the 90, so technically 3. So I got on 345, I believe. And I'm gonna hit this up, and then I think I'll just do a slight 365, and then go into the 396, because that's what I need to do for the last warm-up. But since we are using the pound plates, 395, and then take a 5-minute break and go into the 420. Bittersweet, man. Like, it is nice to kind of just be able to exhale while I'm wearing the pump cover and just chill, but it's so uncomfortable benching. Like, just the hood is so big, you know what I mean? Like, it just kind of gets in the way and just doesn't feel comfortable. So I think just for the sake of having the lift feel well, you know, pushing heavy weight to me is more important than looking cool or feeling good. So I think I am gonna go back to taking it off and suck up the feeling of feeling fat for the sake of having the movement feel good. Because it just feels, I don't know, the sweatshirt is just too thick, hoodie's too big to actually feel good while I bench. I don't like it. But I think I'm gonna get on like 365 and do that just really quick. Take a breather, do that, and then put on the 396. And I'm gonna take a 5-minute break before attempting that and then get on the 420. All right, just gonna lock in and do this real quick. Yeah, it just feels a lot more comfortable without having a sweatshirt to worry about. Feel a lot more in tune with the bench, you know what I mean? And kind of like, instead of me sleeping with Rack Ella next to me, it's kind of like me sleeping with Rack Ella on top of me. It's like a lot more intimate without that sweatshirt blocking everything. And I would take off my shirt, because that's like going from having her sleeping on top of me to having her sleeping on top of me with me being inside her, if you catch my drift. But I cannot take off my shirt in the gym, so this will suffice. But now we're gonna get on that 396, take a little breaky break and then hit that up as the last warm up. Most important set before the intended weight. You know, this is gonna help us if we focus right, get the form all the way down, you know, so that just because we have on a heavy load, because this is heavy, and yes, 420 is heavy, but heavy is heavy once you get to a certain point. So, you know, we focus, get this right, it means we should be able to have our form that we need for the heavier lift, you know what I mean? Getting used to not having that form break just because it's heavy, and also just really feeling warmed up after this. So we 100% lock in for this, just like we do for the 420. Felt pretty good. I think that felt lighter than last time we did the singles. Like, usually that last warm up, I've said it a million times, it's gonna be heavy. It's gonna feel heavy, as it should. You know what I mean? You want something that's not too heavy to the point where you're gassed, but you want something that's heavy enough to, you know, get that body fully warmed up so you can feel good and have those muscles all ready to fire once you get to that heavy shit, you know, which is why I always stick to, when it comes to top singles or max attempts, 90% of my current max. I've never found it enough to gas me, and I've always just found it the best for just really getting me warmed up. I always feel 100 times better on my top single or my max after a 90. So at the same time, it's also a good implication for me, or a good, just a good little teller for me, if you will. You know, like if I have on weight, or if I have them on the 90% and it feels super easy, then that tells me that I can go for a fucking new max right here and there. If it feels decent, you know, like smooth, not fast, but smooth, that also tells me that I have nothing to worry about. And if it feels heavy as fuck, tells me that I shouldn't go for a PR, shouldn't go on the higher side of a top single, just kind of play it safe. So that moved smooth, not fast, but smooth. There was no kind of hiccuping. There was no, you know, having the form come back down a little bit. It was smooth. So that tells me that since we're not going for a max and just redemption with the 420, that we should have nothing to worry about. We should be straight. But we're gonna go ahead and get that on now. Take another little 3 to 5 minute break and then full send this, and hopefully this will be a good start to singles week. And then I think if everything goes well, I wanna see if I can hit 405 for 2. Just because I wanna do kind of like crazy shit the rest of this week, you know, just because, like I said, on this new powerlifting program, it's gonna be a minute before we really get to that point where we can start doing heavy ass numbers. So kind of just wanna milk the heavy lifts, or I guess make the, hey kind sir, whoever you are who did this and put the fucking kg on a pound plate rack, what the hell is wrong with you? Can you not read? Can you not clearly see that this says kgs all around and that the color scheme fits those, even the sticker of those kg plates over there? Like, I can't imagine just being like, huh. And then putting it on the pound plaque, especially when you got this from the kg rack. They're two completely different racks, different spot. It's actually insane that you would literally pick off the kg and then just put it back on the fucking pound rack. You're an idiot, sir. You're an idiot. But I won't hold it too much against you just because I've been there, you know, kind of scatterbrains after a heavy lift. So I will give you the benefit of the doubt. First time offender, I'm gonna just assume that you were pushing some heavy shit, maybe 600 for a couple reps on bench, got scatterbrained, and then hit this here. But if it happens again, I have to assume that you're just a fucking idiot. Me and Barbella, all beautiful 420 pounds per, are about to have a hardcore cuddling session.
if I'm gonna lift her up and hit her like holding her like we're cuddling, you know, and then it's kind of like a cutesy stuff where I'm like lifting her in the air and we're like, so it'll be like a little cute cuddling session. So we will lock in and cuddle her accordingly. Am I nervous? Yes, mostly because I got it wrong, and what I failed on was 425, not 420. And I know it's like, oh, only 5 pounds, but trust me, when it comes to lifts, like bench, you know, shoulder press, stuff like that, since it's not as heavy as, you know, a squat or deadlift, you know what I mean? You're obviously pushing more when it comes to those. So since there's not that much weight on for yourself, you really feel every single pound that gets added on, you know, like to the point where if I'm doing shoulder press sometimes and I'll add on a 2.5, it becomes 10 times heavier. So yeah, that 5 pounds definitely does make a huge difference on any push movement. Like you feel that shit. So I am nervous, and then also nervous because I failed last time, but I think we got it, man. I think we got it. You know?
Redemption, come on. You want this shit, come on.
Fuck, dude. My man does not want to listen. All right. So, negative. It didn't move the way I would want it to. That's for sure. Positive. We did get redemption because last time we hit up the 425, we couldn't get it unless we had the elbow wraps on. Like I failed it, kind of bad, and then had to take a break and put on the elbow wraps and do it. So that's the positive, we did it. I'm not gonna think too hard about how slow it moved, just because given the circumstances, and I'm not trying to make excuses, just calling it for what it is. No lift off. Last time we did have a lift off. Not able to maximize the leg drive, because to maximize the leg drive, you want those feet, you know, as flat as you could possibly be, rather than, I mean, there's not so much you could do pushing wise with the legs when you're like this. And since this bench is kind of high up, it makes it impossible for me to actually get on the ground. And then we did hit this. We kind of wrestled with this towards the lockout. So yeah, all things considered, I guess I am, after talking it through, happy with that. Happy with the way it moved. Happy that we got it. So I'd say that was a good start to the singles week. And then tomorrow, we got some heavy deads. Don't really know what I'm gonna do with that. I think I might just kind of do the 600, or I'm gonna go for 630. No pause or anything, and then see if I can like rep out 600 after that for like 2 or 3. Like my goal for this week, since it's the last hurrah with the strength, is to just fucking fry the shit out of my CNS. You know what I mean? To the point where I'm doing so much volume, my body is like craving and, you know, crying to me about how much it needs a deload. So until tomorrow.